What's up everybody, Matt here, and today I'll be reviewing Caliban, the new Garth Ennis horror sci-fi book. So let's get into it. So the comic opens in a massive ship, and we see a crew member by the name of Nomi, what appears to be writing a sort of book. One of her crewmates, Sands, who's fixing a nearby console, sort of jokes with her about how she's writing, you know, the great American novel and all that sort of stuff. A crew member who's sort of smitten with Nomi brings her, you know, a coffee or a drink or something, and Sands sort of teases him about not bringing her or a navigator named Karen, who's also present, anything either. We learn that these guys are a sort of maintenance crew on board a exploration ship called the Caliban, which is ferrying miners that are asleep in cryostasis across the galaxy to different planets to sort of mine and stuff, and they're awake during warp to sort of monitor the systems in case anything goes wrong and that sort of stuff. Nomi goes on to talk about how they've searched 119 planets and moons so far, but only found, you know, orange mold and mollusks, and that she's not really too sure if there's alien life out there somewhere. A crew member by the name of McCarthy turns up, and him and Karen get into a little bit of argument about who's in charge and everything. They're not really sure who's in charge at the moment. Suddenly, while in warp, they sort of collide with this other massive ship or station, and it sort of fuses the two ships together. And they come out of warp, and they find that the actual ship has actually been fused, really welded together with this other ship. And we find out that there's actually a big hole in their ship, and all the people in the cryotubes are just being sucked out into space. Anyway, the crew goes wandering, and Nomi and San happen upon a crew member who's actually been fused in with this alien ship. He's cut in half and everything. It's pretty grotesque. Anyway, McCartney goes off in another direction, and he finds this. It's like a hatch, and he opens it, and he finds a massive green alien in it, and he goes to touch it, and the thing just shatters into dust. So it's obviously been mummified or been there a very long time. The comic ends with Nomi and San deciding to go down into the maintenance tunnels since they can't go along the actual service corridors and everything. This comic was pretty good. Garth Ennis, you know, if you don't know who Garth Ennis is, you know, go pick up, you know, a Punisher comic or something. He's written some of the best Punisher comics ever. I was very interested in this. I'm very interested in sort of horror sci-fi, you know, that sort of Dead Space, Event Horizon sort of stuff that really interests me, and this is pretty much like both of them, you know. It's aliens, horror, sort of spacey thing, and it's pretty damn good. I'm very interested to see what this ship is, what do they collide with, what's going to happen now that they've discovered aliens. Limitless possibilities, really. I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm going to give this comic a 9 out of 10.